Alright. Okay, little girl. You ready for school?
But this was from school.
These are the mahogany that we had at the house. We had 50, basically we've got 48 of them now. We're going to start planting these as we plant everything else. All right, let me explain what we're doing here because it's kind of important. Right over here we've got a mahogany. And right over here we have a mahogany. Right there we dug a hole. We're planting a cedar to replace something that died. And then right here, we don't have any silky oak, but here's where a silky oak is going to go. As you see, we're right up against this fence too. We want to leave a few feet between the fence here so the tree doesn't interfere with our neighbor's fence. But when we have silky oak, we'll just come over here, pull this stake and plant it in the same spot. This way I don't have to measure it several times. This right here is a guango stump. These guango trees get very big. Give you an example. That there is a guango. That over there is another guango. We got a bunch of them here, and they are legumes, so they give us a lot of nitrogen. Unfortunately, they also need to go. They aren't what we want to grow here. We do want to be able to feed off the nitrogen their roots have been putting in the ground for the last 15 years. But we don't want to contend with the growth above ground. We had done a pretty good job of dealing with this tree last year, but a whole bunch of it was starting to grow back. So we're putting a little fire on it again to get rid of anything that's left. If you see, we've got a stake right next to it. That stake is where a cedar needs to go. And I can't plant it until we've killed this. And this has had a chance to cool. So we're not going to be working tomorrow. So when we come back Thursday, we'll be planting that, and this will have had plenty of time to cool. Hopefully it'll be dead for good, and we won't have to worry about that thing coming back. Just thought I'd show this real quickly because the teak were a real matter of concern. This is one of the ones that took a beating, and it has bounced back beautifully. The only drawback is we've got multiple stems on this. Normally I would just prune them back. However, I'm not going to with these. I want these to get big enough that I can root them. So they need to be on long enough to actually produce wood, and they're not there yet. We're going to just let these grow till they get big enough, and then we're going to cut it back to one stem and take the other stems and root them to get new trees out of them. Unfortunately, the only wood chips we have are these, and these were dumped here during a very, very wet point, and I didn't want to come down here. To be honest, I've been dragging my feet coming back here because it's a big pain to haul this many wood chips with just this pickup truck. This was a full load of chips that came out of that other truck, but he couldn't dump it anywhere else, so we didn't want him to get stuck. So here it is, time for us to put it to use. At least we have wood chips, so I'm not complaining. We have wood chips. We really need wood chips. It's just frustrating that we have to come all the way back here. Just to give you an example, there, way, that guango tree right there is the one I just showed you. So we're 1,000 feet from where we were planting those trees. Needless to say, this is not the sort of thing that someone does with a wheelbarrow. All right, everybody, we are in town. It is late. It is later, much later than I thought it would be. We've got, the problem is, I'm really supposed to be picking the guys up to take them home in 15 minutes, and I have yet to go get the shy one yet. So it's going to be a late night. It's going to be a late night. I got to call them and let them know, look, guys, I'm running late. Nothing I can do about it. So we're going to pick up the shy one, and head right out to the land to get the guys.
Can I come too?
Yes. Funny thing is, we're right here by the building that my wife used to work in. In fact, let's see if we can show it. That right there is the building my wife used to work in. Not anymore, obviously, but that's where she was working when she passed away. Alright guys, I'm back, and it's late. It isn't dark, and I've actually been here later, so it's not too bad, but it's getting late. Looks like they moved all the wood chips that we brought back. That's a good sign. Let's take a look at some of the trees we got planted real quick before we head out of here. So here's one of the lignum vitae, this ebony. Again, I got a little mulch around it. Should hold up well. This volcano mulching is really useful. The key, you don't want it right up against the stem. I'd put it a little bit closer, but it's better than what we have had in the past. You know, these ebonies at this stage, they're just so weak. I'd feel better if they were, I don't know, they get leggy. And this is the problem. We get these super leggy ebony trees, and then they end up laying down. It takes forever to get them to stand up. Might have to stake some of these trees just to get them to work better. Some of these trees just didn't hold up well. Let's hope the transplant holds. They're planted, they're watered, they're mulched. Now we just need to give them a little time to bounce back. It should be all right. Now clearly this is where they ran out of mulch. We're gonna have to go get some more. Next time we're here, we're gonna be bringing up the rest of the mulch that's back there, the rest of those wood chips. But for now, this is kind of what we have to do. It's not too bad though. Not too bad. All right, guys, we're done. We got a lot done today. I did take care of that issue I needed to with the shy one for her college preps, and we're getting her ready. She's got to take a bunch of practice SATs because she's retaking her SAT. Now we're gonna head home. We're gonna drop these guys. We're gonna go home. The sun is down enough that it's time for us to head home. That's it for now, guys. We will be back. I'm not sure about tomorrow. Definitely Thursday. So we'll be back, and we will be back at it. More mulch, more wood chips, and more trees. We got a lot of trees to plant.